I'm just
Okay.
gonna do what I can and then turn it in and just be like, wash my hands of it.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so do you guys think Madden should go for the Babies R Us opportunity?
Heck no. Sorry, this is a BYU Idaho class. No, I don't think that would be a great idea.
Why not?
I think they're just going to keep having to need more and more money, and they haven't proved their concept enough for investors to go and back them.
I don't know. I think for me, I think they should. I mean, if there's two different thought processes, and how I looked at it is, okay, well, if they don't mind giving up 25% in equity, and they actually want to grow their company aggressively and not have to wait a couple of years, then they should just go for it. Because when you start a business, your profits aren't going to be realized for at least 3 years anyways. And that's probably about the same model for the Babies R Us. They're going to be in the hole until probably about like the third year. And then they're going to start making significant profits. So I don't know. That's just my mindset. I was thinking, you know what? Go for it. Because in a couple of years, you're not going to have profits anyways. You're going to be in the hole using your investment dollars anyways.
I'd kind of have to agree with Ryan a little bit because there is a lot of costs that go into it. And also is just kind of mentioning how the growth margin is higher for the other companies, if I understood the reading correctly. So they'd be making more money with the other companies unless they were able to get into all the other stores rather than just the 26, and then on the trial basis.
Yeah, you're right. The 26 was for the trial basis, but also like if you are the first one into a market, you have the potential to take more of the market share because you're the first one to come out with that product. So, I mean, I guess kind of you have to kind of look at it and go, okay, well, am I going to jump in and am I going to take all the market share because I'm the only company that's doing this, or am I going to wait till everybody else is competing with me and then I won't have a significant portion of the market share based off of who has the best product? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm just concerned that the 1.2. Can you hear me? By the way, I just got onto my laptop.
Yeah.
Okay, the $1.2 million, which was extremely hard for them to get in the first place, because they went to tons of investors. Looking at just reviewing the Excel spreadsheet, it just didn't seem. It seemed like they were going to need a lot more money to stay. They're not managing the risk very well if they go with Toys R Us, because that's it. Like if they fail, their product doesn't sell well, they're done. I think that's their one shot. If they start small though, I think they have better opportunity to prove their concept, maybe get a little more investment there. There's so much to this. I've spent a decent amount of time. Yeah.
I don't know. I have a hard time with it because I think like it's a huge risk, but sometimes in business, risk is good to get you where you want to be. And if they can get into Babies R Us and they can expand like crazy from there.
Exactly. I mean, you have to. Ryan's right. You do have to manage the risk, but the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. So you have to kind of weigh. You have to kind of weigh that out.
Well, this one just doesn't seem like a risk that there's just too many things adding up to where it might not be their best option. Because and the other thing is, this is their first generation 1 of their product. They're mentioning that they've got a generation 2 that they're working on. Why not wait and get that generation 2 out? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, when you go into different rounds, you guys know about rounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go into different rounds, there's different amounts of capital associated with each round. They're in their first round where they're in their seed capital. This is the lowest amount of money that they'd be able to get ever from investors, right? So as they go along and they go into different rounds, they're going to have the potential to differentiate their product and go back and retool their product as well as their operations and other things associated with their company. So this is the initial starting point where they're going to have the least amount of money, period. If they're successful and they move on to the next round of financing or investments, they're going to have more money to actually go in and go after that next product and actually build their brand.
And technically that does make sense. I just if they fail though, on the other end of that, they're done.
I mean,
They've used all their money.
But that's associated with any company. If you look at it, every company that starts has the potential to fail.
It seems more risk and a more need for money and than some of the other case studies we've been working with. I'm just concerned that so many people passed them up. They had to go to so many different people to try to get funding, and only like the one company was willing to go for it. So it stinks though, because the Toys R Us thing is kind of a once in a lifetime deal.
Yeah, it's
if they didn't take it now, someone else might come in and take it, but they could also weigh it out a few years, like a year or two, and get their product and all that stuff. It's just, it's weird.
That's why I think it's critical that the reason why I'm saying they should take it, because they're going to have a trial run. They're going to get to find out what their product looks like in the market, if customers actually like it, and then they actually have the option, because like you said, they have that second product. They could actually go back and say, okay, well, we're coming out with the new version. Because we've listened to customer preferences, we've seen how it reacts in the market, so we're going to retool it.
But they're doing it on a grand scale. They should be trying to do these trial runs and test groups at a smaller level first.
Well, 26 stores isn't that much. I mean,
but 1.2 million is.
But as far as
seed capital, this is a tough one.
I know. As far as seed capital goes, I mean, that's a lot of money. But if they have the potential to get into the tens of millions of dollars in the next rounds, then, I mean, in my opinion, I think they should go for it.
Or at least, if I was going to invest in a company, to see that there were a few other people that were like, you know what, this might seem like a good idea. I might want to invest in this company too, but it wasn't that situation where there were multiple companies like, you know what, this looks good. They're changing they're doing good things here. It was only just the one person. That's my concern.
But it's Babies R Us, man. That's a big company. That's a pretty big company.
It is a big company, but if they're not ready and they have to keep burning through cash,
and that's why
something goes wrong.
That's why they're asking us whether we're going to make the decision or not. Because if they don't go with Babies R Us, they're going to be burning through cash while they're waiting to retool their product.
$500,000. They're going to be spending $500,000 to keep operations or something like that. I need to pull up my.
Yeah, and they're not making any money. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think we're just kind of like going back and forth.
Yeah, me and
towards the Babies R Us. I think if they don't on it, they lose that momentum and the technology.
Yeah, they lose the head start and the jump if they don't go take the risk and do it. I vote Babies R Us too.
Yeah, it was kind of torn. I was talking to my husband about this on our way to work. And I was leaning more towards not doing Babies R Us, just because, like Larissa mentioned, the gross margin is more and with the smaller retailers. But I also get the risk is the greater the risk, the greater the reward. If they do go with Babies R Us and it does take off, you know, they could be super successful.
That was my thinking, especially if they're the first one in that market, they're going to get all that attention.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, because they're the first ones going in, it's risky if they're even going to get any attention.
It's true. Someone else can steal their idea, but I think you have that risk with anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, it was saying too that if they do decide to wait, that some competitor could come in and sweep in, and Toys R Us or Babies R Us could make a deal with them.
Mm-hmm. And then they lose that opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm all for go big or go home, so that's what I was leaning for from the start.
So some of the other questions are like, what's at stake in this decision?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their
If
whole
they-
business, them losing control of their business by giving up 25% as well. So,
Yeah. They don't have as much share.
but the interesting thing about businesses, because I'm taking a couple other business classes too, and that's why I was talking about growth. But one of these other classes that I'm taking is talking about how founders, when they actually get into seed capital or get into different investments, they end up losing the majority of their share of their company anyways, because all the investments are going to take a piece here, take a piece here, take a piece here. So I guess they kind of have to rationalize, do I want to give one company 25%, or do I want to actually wait it out and go, okay, this company can have like 5, this company can have 7, this company can have 10.
So what should we consider when we were making this decision?
Control your company.
Yeah, the risk versus the reward and what's worth it.
Yep. And Pierre kind of talked on, how this affects the founder share equity, and you'd have to give up part of it for the investors.
Mm-hmm.
So, so what do we all think? I mean, we need to come up with one decision. Yes or no?
I vote yes.
I vote yes. Go for it.
I know.
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
I think I would vote yes.
Just think, if they didn't do it and they missed out on the opportunity.
There's enough opportunity there. Things just kind of add up to where, I'm willing to accept the risk of doing that. This one, it's a little bit different for me, so I'm gonna go no. I guess, we could read online and they did. I haven't done that. I'm not going to ruin it for anyone because I haven't looked at it. But
I did.
in my notes, I put.
I wanted to know.
Spill it.
Oh, see, I build it up and in my notes I put R.I.P. Toys R Us because Toys R Us is going out, which means probably Babies R Us are linked with it.
Maybe not.
They have a lot of freestanding.
I'm thinking they're on their own thing.
Yeah.
But they are closing a lot of their stores.
They are closing the Toys R Us's for sure.
The Babies R Us's are going out too.
They are. They've closed all of them in my area.
Yeah. So yeah.
Gonna have to get my kid stuff at Baby Gap now.
Amazon.
What is it? What's that other company called? I can't remember. What's it called?
Goodwill.
Yeah, Goodwill. That's a good one.
Okay, let's move on. So this is using the Excel model, which I don't know how far maybe y'all got on there. But if we increase the EBIAT and sales and hold everything else equal, will the time to pay back increase, decrease, or remain the same?
It would decrease, wouldn't it?
I feel like it would, but I'm like super confused on the Excel.
Well, if you look, my question with the Excel, we only had to do the one sheet, right? The class prep worksheet. But if you look at the first sheet, it has the FCF definition.
Yeah.
It has a little thing in there where you can change the percentages for the EBIAT and the NOA cells. Mm-hmm. So you can see how it would go up or down depending on that. So when I put in like a higher percentage for the one, the payback decreased. So you made more money. That makes sense. And then with the other, the NOA, the higher the percentage, the longer it takes to pay it back.
Mm-hmm.
So is everybody in agreement that so you're saying the time to pay back would decrease, correct?
Yeah.
Is everybody in agreement with that, or?
I agree with that. I just did it too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If NOA and sales increases, will cash flow increase, decrease, or remain the same?
There.
Let me see. What was the question? If NOA
If NOA
cash flow increases.
it increases.
Yeah, I think it increases. Let me see. I'll play around with it.
Let's see.
Or actually, it might decrease. Let me see.
On Google Hangouts, do you have the options where you can share screen or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Cash flow decrease.
Yeah.
Just sitting on the side. Pull that up on their computer, and then we can just look at it straight away. But, or we'll just keep talking about it.
I mean, I can share my screen. I just don't know what I'm doing on the Excel sheet.
Okay, I'm pretty sure my Excel sheet is all sorts of wrong, but it's okay. It's done.
I'm not sure. Do we have to turn that in?
Yeah, you have to turn it in with your questions.
Yeah, I think.
You want me to try and share it, or did someone do that?
Yeah, so if you go up to the left side of your screen and that little green thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
So
what question are we on?
So if we,
So if NOA sales increases, cash flow does it increase, decrease, or remain the same?
or if we go up, it'll decrease.
Yeah. Yeah. So it
If you-
decreases as we increase.
Yeah, 150. If it goes down,
Cash flow increases.
yeah, increases, right. Thank you.
Okay. The next question says, how does each, it doesn't really make sense. How does each driver will affect FCF?
I think we basically answered
Yeah,
it.
we just went through those. It's just whether I think the drivers are the NOA, the EB, IAT,
Yeah,
and the other one, sales.
right.
Okay.
I think we went through all those.
Okay. So on the spreadsheet on the prep worksheet tab, how did you approach the question in the model? What questions do you still have about the model?
You want me to share this screen? Or
Sure, share again.
hold up. Let's see. So the one thing I found, and hold on, let me share it. Sorry.
That's fine.
Come on. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
So number one, I just answered what I think I would do. Number two is actually you're getting those numbers from the B4 tab, the BRU decision. So if you start filling in, like if you change any of these factors here, it'll change it in this area.
Mm-hmm.
So if you change your target, rather than a 4-month inventory, if you want 3, it's going to change it on this one to 3.
Yeah,
I don't know
getting
how
it
that
to where they don't owe any money or where they have positive cash flow is a little crazy.
It's kind of hard for me to, I don't know.
I mean, I got it, but you're going to have to, like, personally, I do like 2.9 inventory.
Uh-huh.
They have 3 months, 2.9, and I cut back on all their salaries. I did 50% across the board, except for November and December. I cut 100% of their salary. So they were only getting like 42% of their salary at the end of the year.
Oh, goodness.
Because I heard on Shark Tank all kinds of people that are starting companies, they don't give themselves a salary. They have a husband or a wife that supports financially while they're going crazy starting the business. And then I had to scroll down a little bit so I can see what the numbers are.
Right.
It looks like you're still in the still don't have positive cash flow just yet. So then I had to go and I don't think I paid on, I didn't pay in December, and I don't think I paid in October. And then I did the 3%. Anyways, I eventually worked it out, but
right. I was kind
this
of
is all a bunch of.
Yeah, it just takes working with it.
I kind of did every other month when they got money, when their accounts receivable, when they got money, I would pay bills. When they didn't get money, I did like every other month with both.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. So I guess that's our own personal opinions, right? We just turn in in this area whatever we feel like.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then we answer why we did that.
Just to get out of the negatives, yeah.
Right. And then number 3, I found the answer just on the exercise key down here. So I don't know.
So was everybody able to make it cash flow positive in December?
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I gotta run.
Okay. Thanks, Pierre.
Oh, no problem. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Have fun with your calling.
Yeah, fun.
The church is true.
Later.
Yeah, just plan on spending some time on the group doc soon.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, I shared the link with everybody.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
So,
So for
not
me,
girl trapped.
what?
Oh, I said I'm girl trapped now?
You sure are.
Yeah. Thanks, Pierre.
So I guess I just need to mess with mine until I come to a point where I'm not in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I didn't
mainly
touch
just messing
salaries.
with the last couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't touch salaries on mine. I just did the selling accounts receivable and the other one. I can't remember what it is.
Inventory. Yeah, I focused more on the inventory. It took a big hit for me.
Yeah.
So I switched
Oh,
inventory to
good for you.
3.5, and then I messed with the pay suppliers and the sell accounts receivable, and I was able to get there. But
Yeah. Anyway, well, I'll mess with mine. That does, yeah, that helps. But we're just like, I guess we can just copy and paste that one page in, right? Or are we supposed to submit the whole Excel?
I'm going to submit the whole Excel sheet and then the question sheet for this and just be done with it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, I think
And
that's
then I always put in there, be like, hey, I tried my hardest. I don't understand all this completely. It was really fun, but here's the best work I could do. Just,
We're still learning.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
we have the TA. Yeah, we have our TA now. So I don't know if our TA is going to be tough on us or lenient.
Well, I feel like we didn't even learn anything, and he just threw this Excel thing at us. Okay, good luck.
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
Yeah, they should have had like a legit definitions page that talked about ops and
Yeah, I agree.
there should have, like, I would have read that for an hour just to be better off at the spreadsheet, but whatever.
Yeah. I think we have a consensus on that.
Oh, yeah, they survived. The company survived. Rest Devices.
They did.
They ended up pairing up with Johnson & Johnson in 2000, and they're massive.
I was looking at the
Whoa.
product. It's a good idea. I'm thankfully out of the baby stages, but maybe
I'm
if
starting them.
my 6-year-old, he just turned 6, if he would stay in bed at night, that would be nice. But I don't think that's going to help me.
Threaten him.
Right? I'll give you more candy. Just go to bed. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Threaten him. Over. No, I'm just kidding.
It's even worse.
Doesn't work with him. The older one, maybe. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So the next question is, how does the analysis in this model inform your baby's RS decision? And did you switch after you did this?
I didn't.
Nope.
I don't know how much I actually got out of this Excel sheet, so.
Yeah, I don't think it influenced the decision too much.
Not really.
They just gave you the numbers, so I guess I don't know, just give you the facts of what's going to happen.
Yep. So
Now that I know that they're successful, maybe they did go with Babies RS, but I want to know that if their big thing was big. Yeah.
Okay, there's a few more questions that bring in some of the other cases. It says, what strategies have we seen that flatten or lengthen the cash flow curve? Specifically, try to draw the cash flow curves for Dr. John's products, Rent the Runway, and Drop Boxes they were described in the cases. Which I was trying to think of.
Where'd you find this question?
I remember them.
Hey, where'd you pull this question?
The questions
I'm
are at the
looking
end.
at.
They're at the end of the week assignments and the group assignment questions.
Oh. Gotcha. I'm not there.
Nowadays.
Shame on me.
I don't know, what strategies have we seen that either flatten or lengthen the cash flow curve for some of these cases?
Well, I think it would be the EBIAT and then the NOAA, right? Because one either one goes right above the cash flow curve right one way.
Your shot's in the car. Your shirt's in the seat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any thoughts on it?
I know.
What was that?
I said I have no idea. I can't even hardly. Go ahead.
They should have given us a little bit more information on these things. Like I had to go to Google so many times to be like, all right, how does EBIAT work?
Yeah.
How does NOAA work? I mean, I don't know. My attitude's terrible, but I'm just going to do the best I can with this and answer. Yeah. Oh, but this is the group thing. This is where we have to submit something.
We just have to submit our final decision whether we went with them or whether we didn't.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do?
Oh goodness. Okay.
Hadn't cheated and saw how successful they were going to be and said, yes, let's go big.
Yay, okay, we've made a decision.
Yeah, I say that. Let's just go with it.
Go with Babies R Us?
Oh yeah. As far as the other questions on this, I don't know.
You don't know about the other cases?
Yeah.
Well, I think, is it asking like what their strategies were? Like the runway one went to a bunch of different sources and got a bunch of designer dresses in and built it on themselves instead of reaching out to Toys R Us. And I can't remember what the other ones did, but
no, it was
like
Dr.
how things affect the cash flow curve.
I have no idea.
Yeah, and Dr. Johns, he was trying to decide if he should partner with a bigger company or just do his own.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Dr. John and Dropbox.
Dropbox.
They just, I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Sorry.
I don't remember the Dr. John's one. I know I read it, but I've read it several times.
I remember that one because I actually had to read that for another class, so that was familiar. But yeah.
What did he do?
Dr. Johns? I don't know. I didn't Google that one. I think he did sell it because isn't Spinbrush part of Colgate or one of the bigger companies?
That's that dude. He created the toothbrushes, the electronic ones for cheap.
Right. And I think he ended up selling it. Yeah. So, but we didn't get that decision and I didn't Google it. So I don't know.
That was really good at making companies and selling companies.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
It jumped around a ton.
Okay. I know we've already discussed it, but just for one last summary so I can send in the
our timestamp.
What are we all on board with Babies R Us?
I am.
Yep.
Yep, I think that we decided to take the risk to get the reward.
Fine. Fine.
He gave in to peer pressure. I'm just kidding.
That Ryan did that.
Google, not peer pressure.
I'm-
No pressure.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. That's all the questions. I'm going to stop the recording and we can talk about who can do it next week.
okay.